Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. So, I'm very excited to have this conversation with you. So, my name is Dainashika.
And my name is Nur Sabrina.
So, we are students from College Professional Maraseri Iskandar, and today we are going to conduct an interview for our assignment on the subject of pragmatics in intercultural communication. So, before we start, can you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Hi, my name is Maybelline. I am a sales manager at Top Glove Corporation, and I have faced a disagreement with team member over sales approach. I live in Alostar Kedah, and I'm really glad to be a part of this interview as it gives me an opportunity to share my experience and my perspective.
I see. Okay, so for the first questions, how do language differences in the workplace impact team collaboration, and what strategies that you use to overcome this challenge?
Language difference can cause misunderstanding and slow down communication. For instance, idiomatic expressions or cultural reference might be unfamiliar to colleagues who speak the first language. In my experience, we overcome this challenge by using simple, direct language and clarifying any term or concept that might be confusing. Encouraging everyone to ask questions when unclear also helps. We also use written communication like emails to ensure that everyone is on the same page.
I see. Okay. Next question. Can you maybe share your experience with cultural differences in communication styles, such as direct versus indirect, affected a workplace interaction?
Oh, yes. I recall a situation when I was with a team that had a mix of local and international colleges. In Chinese culture, indirect communication is sometimes preferred, especially when giving feedback. However, some of my colleagues from other culture were more direct. In one meeting, my indirect approach was misunderstood as a lack of interest of the divisiveness. While I was actually trying to be polite, I learned that sometimes it's better to adopt and be more straightforward in multicultural setting to avoid confusing.
I see. Okay. Next question is, in what ways do language and communication influence perceptions of authority and leadership in your workplace?
Language play a huge role in how authority is perceived. Leaders who are able to communicate clearly and adapt their style to different cultural backgrounds are seen as more approaches and effective. For example, in my workplace, leaders who can switch between language or simplify complex terms are often viewed as more inclusive and understanding of the team needs. In contrast, if a leader struggles with communication, it may affect how confident the team feels in their leadership.
I see. Okay. Move on to another questions. How does your organization handle situations where employees speak multiple language or come from different culture backgrounds in team meetings?
Okay. Mm, my organization ensure that English, being the common business language, is used in most meetings to ensure inclusivity. However, they also respect for those who are more comfortable in other language. We make space for clarification if something is not understood. Sometimes, smaller discussions can take place in other language, but the key points are always summarized in English. Uh, this allows everyone to participate and feel included.
Okay. Next, what are some specific ways your workplace foster an inclusive environment for employees with different language backgrounds?
Oh, one way my workplace promote inclusivity is by offering language support resource such as language coach or translated tools. to help employees improve their communication skills. We also celebrate cultural diversity through events and encourage employees to share about their backgrounds, which fosters understanding and reduce language barriers. Additionally, the community encourages cross-cultural training to ensure that people are aware of how communication style may differ.
I see. That was very good, Maybelline. So now I'll pass the questions to Darin.
So, for the next four questions, I'm the one who will ask you. Okay.
Okay.
So, have you ever experienced a communication breakdown or misunderstanding due to cultural differences? How did you handle the situation?
Okay. Yes. I once experienced a misunderstanding with colleagues from a different cultural background. I had used a phrase that in my culture was meant to soften criticals, but it was taken as a crime by other person. To resolve it, I directly addressed the misunderstanding, explained the cultural context, and apologized. This open conversation helped us both better understand each other's communication style, and we agree to be more mindful in the future.
That was good. So the next question is, how do you balance maintaining cultural sensitivity while addressing conflict openly and directly in a group setting?
It's important to be aware of different sensitivities and communication preference while addressing conflict. When I need to address issue in a group setting, I try to use neutral, objective language that focus on the problem rather than personal difference. I also give other a chance to speak and explain their perspective, which help avoid any feelings of being attacked. If need, I follow up with individuals privately to make sure the conflict is resolved without causing discomfort.
So, how do you ensure clear communication with colleagues from different cultural background, especially when conflict arise?
Oh, in situation of conflict, I make an extra effort to confirm that everyone understands each other. This means repeating key points, summarizing that what has been said, and asking if everyone understands our question or concerns. I also try to mindful of non-verbal cue, as this can sometimes resolve misunderstanding that words that the word is not understand. Additionally, I try to maintain a calm and respectful tone to ensure that emotion don't be escalate the conflict. Mm.
So, last question. Have you noticed any language related barriers that contribute to misunderstanding or tension between colleagues?
Oh, yes. I noticed that sometimes colleagues who are not as proficient in a common language, such as English, may feel left out of discussion or hesitant to contribute. This can lead to misunderstanding or tensions, as their idea or concern might not be fully expressed. It can also create a feeling of imbalance, and where some colleges dominate the conservation. To address this, we try to create space for everyone to speak and encourage open dialogue. Mm.
So that brings us to the end of the questions. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and experiences. This has been a very valuable discussion, and I appreciate your openness and time today. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much, Maybelline. We appreciate it so much.